Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. This is going to be your reading in the area of love. It's your weekly check-in, okay? It's in the area of love. That's platonic, romantic, and everything in between, okay? Yes, we're going to read couples and we're going to read singles. Couples is already people that you have already formed a relationship with. This could be platonic. This could be romantic. If you view the area of love in a romantic sense only, that's your problem, okay? I don't feel like I should have to say this. However, here we are because of previous comments, okay? If this reading doesn't resonate with you because it's a general reading, I don't need to know. You don't have to tell me that. You could keep it pushing. Now, it's Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. So if it doesn't resonate with you, feel free to check out your other signs. And if those don't resonate, that's okay too. There's plenty of other content out here, all right? Now, I'm reading from the perspective of Taurus because this is a Taurus reading. However, energy is fluid. So if you feel the need to switch the roles, go ahead. Time is an illusion. So yes, it's stamped for a weekly check-in for a particular week, but that's just not always going to be the case. We got to stamp it something. All right. So we're going to do singles or we're going to do couples. Stop, reverse that. We're going to do couples and then we're going to do singles. Again, couples is anybody that you have already formed a relationship with. Now, if you feel like you're getting ready to get out of a relationship, whether it's romantic, platonic, whatever, okay, and you feel like you're getting ready to get out of it, they're getting ready to get out of it, there's some question there, go ahead and stick around for the singles because that may speak to you as well. Now, as far as the singles, that's anybody that you haven't formed a relationship with yet. So if you're looking for new groups of people overall, new friends, new people just to hang with, to chill with, or romantic, go ahead, reuniting with family, whatever, stick around for that. That's what that is, okay? Couples, already formed relationship, singles, not met yet, okay? Usually, all right? So, Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. They view you as a pretty happy person. They view you as a ray of sunshine. You're their happiness. They're your happiness. They have fun with you, okay? I'm hearing for some of you, there's like an innocence about you that not everyone sees. Maybe you just have a playful spirit. Maybe that's what they like about you. Okay, what you're wanting is vacation. You want, this is, yeah, you may even be planning something here with this person, okay, or people. But yeah, they view you as fairly responsible and independent overall. What they want a responsible person. They want somebody that they don't have to take care of or somebody that's willing to work with them, okay? Let's see what the combined energy is. I feel like there's something that needs to be spoken here because all of a sudden this thing is going on with my throat, Taurus. Combined energy is the Six of Cups in the upright. So there could be something going on with children here. Maybe y'all have a similar childhood past. Maybe there's something that y'all are wanting to go back and revisit. Okay, maybe, yeah, we're going to clarify on that. It could be that y'all are just both wanting to make fond memories, okay? Could be a lot of travel here, a lot of planning for vacations, a lot of just overall experiences. Remember, you don't have to go very far to have great experiences and create memories, okay? What's hidden is the King of Swords in the reverse position, okay? So what's hidden is a little bit of miscommunication, non-communication, or maybe somebody is wanting to take a step down, take a step back, and not be as responsible as they may have felt that they needed to be in the past, especially when we are looking at the Ten of Wands as to what they want. The overall outcome is the King of Wands. So I see you taking action here, both of you taking action, making commitment, and you're both, I feel like you're both pretty active people. Maybe they want to be more active with you, okay? There's love here, okay? There's also, at least on one of your parts, healing, okay? You may not have kids with this person. You may not be able to have kids with this person. And that's pretty clear. One of these people doesn't want kids. The other person does. You may, again, because you've got the Six of Cups here in the upright with the Empress in the reverse position, there could be some parental issues that are stemming from the past. Like I said, maybe you have a similar childhood. Maybe you have completely opposite childhoods, and that's kind of something that y'all are both intrigued and also don't know how to handle, okay? Someone here may see baby mommy, baby daddy as a manipulative force in the relationship, or it could be your parent that someone feels is manipulating the relationship, or vice versa, okay? Yeah. It looks like I'm looking at two very, very independent separate people. I don't feel like one minds spending money on the other or vice versa, but this is very like you do you, I do me, we come together, we make it happen, Captain. Okay, let's clarify some of these. Let's do the 10 of Wands first. King of Cups in the reverse position. Yeah, they don't want to be responsible for your emotions, okay? If you're having a bad day, what is it? We can talk about it, but I'm not going to necessarily be able to make it better, is kind of what I'm feeling. They don't want to be responsible for how you feel, and they don't want to put how they feel off on you, okay? Very mature, the absolute opposite of codependent. They don't want to be, they just don't want to be responsible for you know how, I think it's Cat Williams that has that like self-esteem joke. It's like self-esteem, like I can't lower your self-esteem or damage your self-esteem. It's esteem of the self. That's kind of the energy I'm getting from them. What they want is you just to be as independent as you're coming through here. I think they really admire that about you with the Knave of Swords. Yeah. They want to go forward in the way that it's just a strong relationship, you being very strong on your own and really not needing them. They want you to want them the way that they want you, but not need, okay? Because I don't think that they need you. They want, not need, all right? 6 of Cups is coming in with the Emperor, okay? So this is about kind of controlling childhood trauma, getting control of childhood trauma or things that developed or helped you develop character and personality and characteristics as a child for sure are being mastered, being taken control of. And also I think they want you to be able to control your household, okay? Or your environment. This is a combined energy. Actually, both of you want this. And both of you want to take charge and have control of making memories. Making memories is really, really big here. Let me get one more here. Yeah, it has to do with the home and the legacy. There could also be one of you may have lived like a more destructive past than the other, whether that was your adolescent years, your young adult years, or maybe even your childhood years, being that is the 6 of Cups there. And I think that like you're looking at a combined energy of understanding what that looks like, how that built you up, how it affected you, and not wanting to repeat those cycles. So I love this combined energy. That's actually really beautiful. Let's clarify the King of Swords in the reverse position. Ace of Swords in the reverse position. And the King of Coins in the reverse position. So there is a little bit of insecurity here. It's unclear as to what that is. I don't know if they're permanent. That's what I'm hearing, permanent. Yeah. Somebody here is unsure of what they want going forward as far as in terms of a relationship and what that dynamic looks like, okay? Where that commitment lies. I don't feel like they've communicated this yet, and possibly the reason they haven't communicated is because they don't know what they're choosing. They don't know if they want other things, other options, other opportunities. They're happy with you. It's solid. They know that. But it just looks maybe they need a little bit more time. Yeah, 5 of Wands and 3 of Coins in the reverse position. They need more time to see if they really want to build this up. Yeah. There is a bit of a difference here on the way that life is lived and the way of the upbringing, okay? And that could be creating some questions. They're not ready to confront where they want to go in the future with you, but for right now, it looks like everyone's living in the moment, which is absolutely beautiful. Let's do the King of Wands, the Hanged Man. Yeah, you're both taking action, but to what? It's like when we decide we'll go that way, but it's okay to like let it flow. You're still taking action. You're still passionate. 2 of Swords. but we need to let it flow. Now, there are some things here in the future that do need to be decided on, concrete, and even possibly cut out. It could even be that you're in a transition of life, Taurus. So like maybe you're going through a divorce, maybe you're still going through school, maybe you're thinking of switching careers. This could be them as well. But it looks like there's something that needs to wrap up there before they can fully decide on this, and or you fully decide on this and go forward. There's still something lingering, okay? So it's not even that they can't make a decision. It's literally that the opportunity hasn't presented itself because there's still things that aren't loose, that aren't tied up. But it's actively being pursued. Again, so if you are going through a divorce or they're going through a divorce, it's active. Like it's not just like they keep saying it. It's like they're actually doing it. They're going through the system. If someone is going to school to get a degree, it's not like they're just thinking about it, and they're actively doing this. This is something that's already in process and progress and progressing, okay? Could be change of career. For some of you, it's change of career. Yeah, the Hierophant in the reverse position with the World. Okay, so the final decision gets made. Now, what is final, right? I mean, there's going to be plenty of things that you're sure of one moment, and then 4 months down the line, 4 years down the line, you change, we grow. Yeah. But there will be more of a commitment, less. It's going to be a final decision, okay? It's going to be a final decision, which can only happen through experience and wisdom of life. It does move forward. It does leave something behind. That doesn't necessarily mean this person is going to leave you behind or you're going to leave this person behind. But what it does mean is all this action that's happening right here that's kind of leaving things up in the air, swinging in limbo, and what's unable to be decided here because of not having all the information, that comes through, that communicates, that wraps up. And yeah, it looks really good. Yeah, you go forward strong on your path with no longer making foolish decisions is coming through. So possibly someone maybe feels a little bit more mature than the other person, or would like the other person to be acting a little bit more mature, or making more mature emotions, reactions. It's a reactive space. Okay, so somebody feels like the other person is overreacting. I'm not saying that is the case, but it does feel like somebody feels as though there's an overreaction. Free will, sovereignty, independence, and free spirit. I think this is what they both love about you and are having maybe a little bit of trouble coming to terms with. Okay, a free spirit, it's like, you know, you can't put that in a cage. You can't really, it has to want you back the way that you want it, or it's not going to work, or either that, or there has to be some real higher level of understanding and compromise. And I'm not sure that that's what's happening here, but it will, because I mean, that's just kind of how it's going to go, no matter who does or does not like it. It just seems like that's kind of the growing that's happening here. Okay. One person definitely feels a little bit more established or more grown, at least as they feel it or see it. Let's jump into the singles. Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. All right, I don't want no problems. Real clear, I don't want no problems. I don't want no conflict. Then this is not a conflicting space. Very go with the flow. Very who comes into my sphere. That vibes, passes, don't. You know what I mean? It's that. Okay? The attraction to these types of people or this person is very strong. Okay? And it's from a space of just not wanting to argue, not wanting to be conflicted, not wanting to fight, having a lot of common ground. Okay? This, for some of you, is a place of like, it's a common ground on confiding about other people. So be careful for that. Okay. Personality of this person or these people comes in not necessarily content. That's what I'm saying. The common ground seems to be the conflicting space of another relationship. You understand what I'm saying? So it's like, this is a person who either strokes your ego or you stroke theirs, or it's very like, let me confide in you because we can see eye to eye, like we're going through the same thing or we've been through the same thing, and in that space we were uncomfortable, and here is where we can, you know, there's a very much like common denominator sort of outside relationship that fuels this connection very strongly. Okay, the challenge is stress. So what I'm seeing happen here is be very careful that you're not having that grass is always greener on the other side outlook, because what you're going to find is if you're using somebody else to get over a particular situation or whatever it is, you're often going to find that those problems don't really go anywhere. Once you get rid of a situation, if you didn't really heal it and you just kind of transferred it onto this other person, or, you know, had that grass is greener on the other side mentality, you're going to find that those problems continue to present. Okay. So the advice, don't be leaning too much on anybody. Make sure that you're solid. Make sure that you're doing the work on yourself. Make sure not to give up your independence. Okay. Make sure that you're standing independent, that you're standing firm. I'm not saying you're not. I'm just saying the advice is to not lose yourself and to not get so caught up in the fantastical sort of beginning phases of new relationships that you forget relationships of all kinds do take work, and you have to do work on yourself if you're finding the same issues with every person or job or whatever in your life. Okay. How and where you meet is whenever you're kind of at a crossroads, you're deciding which way to go. And it's because you're coming out of something that's been conflicting you for a while. It doesn't match you. You're tired of dealing with it, whatever. And so are they on their end. Okay. You've got the Devil in the reverse position, the Temperance in the upright, the Empress in the reverse, and the Judgment with the Hierophant. Okay, so some of you will be coming out of marriages or out of commitment. Some of you are kind of like, you know, what's like veering off track or something like that to find this person. It feels like this is situation that you're in is kind of like weighing in on you. And this is either a person that you've known from the past or a past behavior pattern that you've had. Okay. So if you are currently in a relationship and you're resonating with this, be very careful, because what you're going to find is, number one, the grass is not greener on the other side. Number two, this person, once they take on the full stress of you, just like the person that you are currently with or seeing, then the relationship becomes more stressful. Okay. Again, like I've already said, those toxic traits are still going to be there. Now, on the other hand, given that everybody does the shadow work involved to be able to elevate, it doesn't necessarily have to go in that direction, but it is an instant connection. It's a strong connection. You meet and you have a common ground as to why you're connected. There's not a lot of fights in this space. There's not a lot of stress initially. Okay. And you meet when you're at a crossroads and you're ready to take a different path, and or you thinking the grass is greener on the other side. Okay. Be sure not to rush into anything, especially passion and lust. Be very careful, because of the way the relationship is formed, those flames can burn out really, really quick. And you get that several times. You get that same kind of warning several times. Be careful of what the conversations are or the common ground that you have. Okay. So if it's a situation where you drink every Thursday night and they drink every Thursday night, or you frequent the same club every Thursday night, and that's pretty much all you have in common, what happens whenever you don't want to drink anymore, or your Thursdays are now overtaken by work, or whatever the case may be, right? If you're constantly meeting up just for adult activities, what happens when that goes out the window, or, that gets old, because those flames do burn out. So that's a very, very real caution here with this relationship, because it does seem to sort of fill a void that's needed to be filled for a while, but it's like someone's not filling their own cup here. And that's kind of the situation that I'm getting. Okay. So it's not bad. It's just something to be aware of. Let's get an oracle. Seduction, allure, desire, manipulation. What'd I say? This is a very seductive space, okay? It's desirable, and that's because it's a bit fantastical. It hasn't had time to present all of the truths and the nitty-gritty of not only a person, but also two people trying to exist in the same space, and the stress of life once it's been put on two people. So, you know, yeah, it's alluring, it's seductive. Boy, it's something. But is it? You know, how long before that flame burns out and it becomes reality, and it becomes just as hard as every other relationship? All right, that's what I have for you, Taurus. I love you very much, and I'll see you next time.